Hello everyone, I'm Nate and welcome to the channel. Oh yes, it's not been that long since the last video. Is this what consistency looks like? I don't know. But today I have a review for you once again from Zero Gravity Return Tops. They sent me their newest roller, which is going to be coming out. Today is the 13th of February. It is releasing on the 15th of February. This is Zero Gravity Return Tops' newest roller called the Mystic. It's a fully titanium roller, and we're going to go ahead and talk about it. Let's get into it. First off, let's go ahead and talk about the color. I do not have anything in titanium quite like this. I think I have something greenish, but I don't have anything quite like this bright, and I really, really like the shade of green here. This first run is going to be coming in 4 different colors. This green here, a pink, and a clear as well, and these ones are all going to be finished, and then there's a standard unfinished, kind of, not tumbled, all that kind of titanium as well. So if you want that kind of clean look, you can have that as well. One of the other cool things about this design is that it has, I think it's polycarbonate. It's kind of just a little indent on the top here, and this kind of matches the green here. I'm not sure on the other ones as far as, I think probably the pink probably has pink and so on. I'm not sure what the clear ones have, if that's just a clear polycarbonate. It doesn't necessarily probably add a ton of weight, but it's just kind of a cool aesthetic look. Let me go ahead and list off the specs here. Of course, you can find them in the description as well. The length here is 58.8 millimeters long, 19.6 millimeter in diameter. That's on the ends there. And then the gap is 5 millimeter grip. So it's a very, very thin gap there. And then as far as the weight is concerned, it's 26.9, so almost 27 grams. So nice and really nice and thin. You can do that with titanium here as well. So it's definitely going to be, there's really no gap there at all. I mean, take a look at that, right? I mean, my fingers touch there, no problem. And so it's going to be really good for just a lot of weight distribution to the end there, like lots of heft there to the end. Design, I really like Zero Gravity Return Tops rollers. They're really unique looking. I feel like they really kind of push the aesthetic as well as kind of the playability as well, right? All right, let's go ahead and actually play it a little bit and see how it plays in the hand, and I'll talk a little bit about it there. All right, let's go. All right, here we are with the Zero Gravity Return Tops Mystic roller. Get a good look of the polycarbonate ends there. Really subtle. I like that a lot, yeah, it just looks kind of cool. Again, a more aesthetic than adding really any weight there. Pretty sure that most of their rollers kind of sit like that, which is really nice. I like a roller like that. I'm at a desk as a teacher a lot, right? And so it's nice to have something that's not going to roll off, and I can kind of just sit it there, and it looks really classy too. So, but yeah, here we go. So as I kind of mentioned, the playability, you can definitely feel the weight distribution on this one. It's really slick here, and I also really like that finish. Really nice and smooth. It doesn't have any kind of tackiness to it. Kind of depends on your preference here, but if you don't like the finish, there is a clear version as well, kind of just a standard raw look for the titanium, and that's going to be a little bit tackier in the hand. Kind of just depends on your preference there. This one's definitely going to be on the zippier side if you are maybe somebody who's a little bit faster than myself. Rollers is something that I probably learned a lot of the tricks early on and haven't really necessarily progressed with or learned anything new. It's one of those ones that for me, this is a skill toy that is more of a chill toy than a skill toy, if that makes sense. I definitely don't push it as much as I do with yo-yo or even Beglary. It's something I always have in the pocket though, and it's kind of a combination between fidget and skill. I feel like with something like a roller, you lean in towards one camp or the other, where maybe it's just a fidget toy, and it's something that you just kind of like almost like use as a worry stone, and nothing more than that. Where others, it's certainly going to be something you can push and just really, get better and better skill-wise. And it's mind-blowing some of the things that you see out there in the the roller community, right? But I'm a little bit of a combination of both. I like to do a little bit of both. Sometimes I'm really kind of just mindlessly fidgeting. It's one of those ones that like I'll be watching a show on the couch in the evening after we put the kids to bed or whatever, and it's something that I don't necessarily have to think about. Other times, it's not quite like that. I mentioned that the gap there is really thin, and they've done that a lot with a lot of their newer ones. But with titanium, you can really thin that out even more because it's a much more durable. And so I'm not sure. I'd be curious looking at the stats of them compared all together, but this might be possibly their thinnest one so far. Have a little bit of the divot at the ends there, like a little bit of a dimple too. So like if you're grabbing it like this, and I don't know if you're doing manipulations where you kind of pick it up, and I like that sometimes where I might just kind of I don't know, just grab and move, and I don't know, just kind of mess with it. That's going to be nice there too. You can kind of still, even though they have the polycarbonate in there, you can definitely still kind of grip it there, and that feels kind of nice there as well. So yeah, that's what it feels like in the hand. Really nice, solid play. I really like the weight distribution. I like the finish there. I love the thin design there. It's going to be really, again, something that if you want to push this one, you probably can get really nice and speedy with this Mystic roller. All right, back at it with the zero gravity return tops, the Mystic here. Definitely check out the Mystic if you've not looked at any of their rollers, or if you're looking for a really solid titanium roller. This would be a really good candidate for EDC. Of course, titanium is going to take quite a beating, but I really like the colors on this. I'm sure that as the success of this run, and usually what they do is they kind of release another run, and there's probably going to be some different colors in the future as well, but I like this green a lot, and it's definitely going to stand out in my collection of rollers from them and from others as well. And that is going to do it for my review of the Zero Gravity Return Tops Mystic Roller. Hope you enjoyed this kind of content. If you like and subscribe, that would be lovely. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.